There's that part of us that wants to revisit our childhood and the good memories that are part of it. And Route 66 for so many of us is that.
So this is Chapel Roan. She's a Willard native and grew up aspiring to play the Gillioz stage one day. And she actually did. She shot her Hot to Go video on the stage. She may be a Midwest princess, but she's the queen of the Gillioz.
We do the best we can to make people happy. It's really like getting an old-fashioned meal in a new world, you know?
The name actually comes from M.E. Gillioz, who built the theater, and he actually thought he would build it, keep it for a couple of years, and then flip it, sell it. But theater has a way of getting in your blood, and you fall in love with it, and so he kept it, and we're thrilled that he did. So this is the M.E. room, is what we call it. It's really the archive space. There's furniture in here from opening day. And it's so sturdy, and it was in the lobby in 1926. This is from 1926 in the lobby, and so is this mirror. A lot of this stuff has police tags on it because it was stolen, and they actually returned it. We left the police tags on because we thought it was fun. Jeff and I started in 2014. My grandfather and his brothers started the first show in Branson, the Ball Knobbers. I sang there for 18 years, and so when I left, there was quite a bit of sadness for me to leave that theater, and I loved it. So when Jeff and I started here at the Gillioz, the first night he brought me in, he took me up on the stage, and I cried, because I thought, okay, I lost one theater, but I got another theater back.
Watch your step on this cable ramp. But this is your shot. I believe I was built for a time such as this. I've got 42, almost 43 years in this industry. I've done everything from being a performer to being a traveling tech on national tours to being a marketing representative for a record company. And I think it's essential for a part of what our success is. I think Joy is an essential part of our success because of her pedigree.
The president of the board at the time called Jeff and said, hey, we need an old guy to run the theater.
I had a friend that was a promoter here, and he had done a Marshall Tucker band show. And so I came down and I set up in a box over here, and it would literally not even be 2 weeks, and they would call in and say, hey, we need an old guy. And so I said, I'll call my therapist and I'll call you back, because I never realized I became old. The Gillioz provides a variety of programming, which is really essential for the size of our market. So the diversification programming allows the theater to work more. So we'll do country music, but we'll also do comedy, and we'll also do rap, and we'll also do hip hop. We'll show about 40 films a year on average. And so we do a little bit of everything.
Kansas has played here, REO Speedwagon, Chapel Roan has played here and packed the place out. Right now we've been saying we do everything from Charlie Chaplin to Chapel Roan.
We're in the lobby of the Gillioz, and Route 66 is central to our existence. The street behind the front doors is the original Route 66. What's unique about us is that we were an independent film house named after our founder, M.E. Gillioz, and he wanted to be on that address. The challenge for him was that downtown Springfield was extremely well developed already. We had been established as a railroad hub, and so this wasn't available. This was a laundromat in 1926. So he bought the closest land that was undeveloped, which is technically through those brown doors, which is Olive Street, and he signed a 100-year lease with this space, which is about 18 feet wide and 80 feet long, that got him his prestigious Route 66 address. He desperately wanted to be on there because he was a master showman. The truth is, Route 66 was the artery that provided the lifeblood for these theaters to exist. It was 20th century Western expansion. That's what Route 66 was. The opportunity for individuals to get in their car and go where they wanted, when they wanted, stay as long as they wanted, and move on. That was a level of independence that train didn't provide for people. This last seat's got a star on it because this is the Elvis Presley seat. Elvis Presley was scheduled to play at the Shrine Mosque, and that afternoon it was discovered that he was not at the Shrine Mosque for sound check. His manager, Colonel Parker, went out to the policeman that was stationed out front and pointed down to our marquee and said, "Is that a movie house?" And the policeman said, "It is." And he said, "The boy will be there, go get him." And so the policeman came down and found him in that seat, said, "Your presence is requested at the Shrine Mosque by Colonel Parker," and so Elvis left the building. This is the movie, and this is the actual poster that was on display when he was here. This was at the front. That's the one that Elvis looked at and said, "I'd like to go see that, please."
In the late 60s, suburban sprawl happened, so a lot of downtowns just died all across the US. The theater closed and it sat empty for a long, long time. In 1980, 3 or 4 of the citizens here just came together and actually stood in the theater and said, "Do we want to lose this?" So it was actually citizens from our community that got together and said, we can't lose it, we have to do something. So it took them 12 years and $12 million to bring the theater back.
I love this theater. I love coming into this room when it's empty and feeling like I can feel the stories just coming off the walls. You know, we've been making memories for people for a century, and that's a pretty great way to make a living. It's a privilege to be able to navigate the centennial of any business, but particularly a business like this. But it also is, the responsibility is just as real as the privilege. I really truly believe that we're the best days. Think about that. We're 100 years old and our best days are ahead. That's insane. It's super cool.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou. We're at the College Street Cafe in Springfield, Missouri. I am actually the owner. I love this tiny atmosphere. You know almost all the guests that come in the door. It's really like getting an old-fashioned meal in a new world. Oh, this is Steven.
Well, this September will be 11 years.
He's trouble with a capital T, but we're not letting him go anywhere else. I've just got great people working for me. And a lot of people think Alicia's my daughter. This is the one I've been talking about for 18 years. She's been here. I love her. And actually that other woman here, Kim, we've been friends for 15 years. So I think we all feel comfortable together. I may be speaking for myself. I don't know if they love it. These are our biscuits. For workers right now, we're running a biscuit and gravy and coffee for $1.99. Okay. On Saturdays, we do breakfast till 2. Oh. Yeah, breakfast is kind of a big deal. Like us. I always say that. We're kind of a big deal. Oh, but yeah. We're not. We're just having fun. We have people come from all over the world. For here, it's the draw of Route 66. And they're amazed how friendly we are. This one's from France. They've got a nice little writing there. This is from North Dakota. So they just come from all over. Out everywhere there's people sign. Well, it started with one little girl. I was so proud. I painted the walls. They looked perfect. And shortly after we opened, you know. But she came in and she won a dance contest, okay? And she was very proud of herself. And I said, well, you're going to be a movie star someday. You need to sign my wall. And so it all started with one little girl signing the wall. And then every little kid that came in, every adult, they all want to sign the walls. 2 or 3 years later, they come back through and they look for their name on the wall. And I think it's so cool.
So now you don't have to paint again.
No, I don't have to paint again. It'll stay there. Maybe they'll start with the floors next. The ceiling, ooh, that'd be a good one. It's debatable. It was either built in 1952, 53, somewhere around there. Everything's basically the same. If you notice, we got new tables here, but this counter is original. But it also shows the memories, you know, like we can see where even old cigarette burns, you know. Here's a picture of the building. And we still have the original windows, screen door, but we don't have 25-cent hamburgers. This is what we'll feature on lunch today. And these are called stuffed peppers. Peppers from our local grocery store. Hamburger, always fresh. Just cook the rice, the seasoning. I had a man come in here who was in his, he's retired now, but this is where he bought his first meal with his own money. And he took his first paycheck, came over here and bought a cheeseburger. Yeah, and he's almost 70 now. See those 3 guests there? They had a wonderful friendship out of just randomly coming here for a cup of coffee, and 15 years later, they're still sitting together sharing stories. I just love it. I love every aspect of this business. I just love it.
Hello there, my name is Phyllis Ferguson and I am an owner-operator of the Rockwood Motor Court here in Springfield, Missouri. When we moved here, I was like, you know, I love this place, but I've got to have dirt and I've got to have green, and I thought, I'm gonna get a container garden going. We have everything from old water tanks to old washing machines to old whiskey barrels. Now then, when we go someplace, we're always on the hunt for another container. You know, it's pretty cool. That's our dining room right there. And, you know, sit there and have a cup of hot tea or coffee in the morning and watch what's going on and know that we're doing something that, you know, people did 97 years ago.
My name's Tim Phillips. I'm married to Phyllis Ferguson Phillips. She's always been involved in historic preservation, so I wasn't terribly surprised when she came home and said, I think I'm going to buy a 1929 Route 66 motor court.
It was just so darling, but definitely a diamond in the rough. After a week or so, I thought I would finally broach the subject with him, and I said, I think I'm going to buy a motor court. And he was like, well, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. And so I did. Here's a 1948, or approximately 1948. This postcard was done, and it shows you what the motor court looked like at that time. Originally, it was the wood lap siding, and then around 1948, we figure when the Rockwood was renamed Rockwood Motor Court is about the same time that the giraffe-style masonry was put on. Our friends and some of our family members thought we were nuts, but it's not the first time somebody's thought that.
When we first arrived at the property, it was in bad shape.
One night we brought some friends over and I was showing it to them, and you know, I'm just like proud of it, like it's, you know, I'm a new mama or something. And we go in one of the rooms and there's water coming up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a water leak in here. So I just kind of plunged my hand down there where it appeared to be coming out, and our friends are like, oh, this is so disgusting. And we're like, oh, it's no big deal, you know. It's just, you know, putting another coupling on there or something. 2019, we started operating the Rockwood Motor Court. We actually, in May of that year, began with the restoration of it and reopened it on December 31st, 2019.
It's been a good experience to breathe new life into a property that just needed some love. And so in that sense, it's been rewarding. The real treat, I think, is just meeting the people. We get to meet a lot of really cool people. You might be sitting out on the patio speaking with somebody from Spain on one side and then somebody from Iowa on the other side.
My name is Sarah and I'm from Spain. We heard about the Route 66 a long time ago when I was little, so finally I did it. The look and the very beautiful place with small houses and with all the details about the Route 66, and we said, that looks nice, so he's my boyfriend.
No.
I'm there. Say hello.
This sign is a replica of the original sign. The sign was missing. The base is the same. The post underneath there, the free TV, the air condition. Of course, I get razzed every once in a while. Somebody says, well, how many of those free TVs have you given away? And I'm always like, well, none so far. Last fall, we were designated as a Historic Hotel of America by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and that was pretty exciting for us. There are a little over 300 historic hotels in America. Some of them are pretty famous, like the Plaza Hotel in New York, the Peabody. We became the 5th historic hotel in the state of Missouri. For more than just me, there's just a nostalgia. There's that part of us that kind of yearns or wants to revisit our childhood and the good memories that are part of it. And Route 66 for so many of us is that. You know, you develop these relationships with people that you know will last, will be there for the rest of your life.
There's a misconception that we just come in and turn the lights on an hour before the show starts, but the reality is that these are full-time jobs.
We've actually had people say, so where do you guys work during the day? And I'm like, we work here. It's like, it takes a lot of work to bring these people in. It doesn't just happen.
I'm a big fan of NASA, so you'll see that I've got an astronaut here and I've got a dog astronaut over there, and there is a theme. They say that a cluttered desk is the sign of a brilliant mind, and I'm holding firmly to that theory. So.